Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversation with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Hutch.
I'm Dre.
And today we're going to be talking about why we believe women extort men. What that look like to you, Dre?
Well, I feel like it's different. There's a lot of ways, different ways women can extort men. You can say, for instance, women trying to get pregnant. Certain women try to get pregnant by men with money, so they can, have a better lifestyle. If this man got a lot of money, they feel like, okay, they can get pregnant by this man. They can control him. They may walk away with some type of payments for child support, and it's a lot of different ways. But I just feel like the extortion comes in when a woman is trying to make her life easier at the cost of this man.
What do you think, Hudges?
So you said it makes a woman's life easier at the cost of that man. Before they even get to that point, do you think a woman from the get-go is looking to extort? Now, when we say extort a man, is this a man she should date? Just somebody just hooked up with? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
what it does.
I feel like if you at out for drinks, you at a bar, you anywhere, a woman is sizing you up from the first time she see you. And when she's looking at you, the type of shoes he got on, type of watch he got on, what type of, I saw him when we first pulled up, he was in this type of car. So she's already weighing her options with you from, your value. Even if you don't approach her, even if she don't approach you, you can best believe she looked at you to see some type of value with you.
Okay.
So then when you approach her, now she's thinking, okay, yeah, I saw him in that Range Rover. Oh, he got a Audemars on. So so now the numbers is going off in her head. So now she's going to give you a chance to get the phone number, maybe do a date or whatever. But the whole thing is, if you was an average guy, walked up with some work boots on or something and dirty, 9 times out of 10, she going to tell you go ahead. So
well, you know what, Trey? I think women be genuine at first. I think if you got your stuff together and you dating this woman, y'all like each other, it's all good. Mm-hmm. I think the extortion come in when the relationship start going south. Mm. I think when she's seeing like, you may finna date another woman or you not into her no more. Now she's thinking about all the time she invested in the relationship, all the dick she ain't sucked, all the pussy she ain't gave up, and she looking like, I got to get something out of it. So now she's forming a plan. Mm-hmm. She like, well, you know what? I'm going to try to get this guy for child support. I'm going to try to get him to impregnate me. You remember about that one female that the football player, she sucked him off. Mm-hmm. He nutted in her mouth. She got pregnant, thinking that this man was going to sit up here and let her do that to him. Instead, he just cashed her out a little bit over $1 million.
Oh, no, that was the basketball player. That was Anthony Edwards.
And that worked?
Hell yeah. He paid all this shit up front.
He paid it up front.
Wow.
But see, the thing is, Dre, you got to understand, women always thinking about how to get something out of a man.
Right.
But see, so in the beginning, it's all good. Yeah. You like her, she like you.
Right.
Her mind started working when the relationship started going down.
See, I don't agree with that. I guarantee you she saw him as a meal ticket from the day she saw him. She saw this guy as a celebrity. He's a starter. He's worth all his money and he's young. So I know I can work him. That's probably her mindset. I got me a youngin'. I'm about to put it down on him. And then when she found out how advanced he was, like, I'm not fucking with you like that. That's when the plays and extortion came in. I'm about to trap him because he wasn't falling for the okie doke. It's a lot of guys. Look at Zion. He wound up having babies by little dusty foots out here. So he in the same scenario as Anthony Edwards. But what did he do? He was like, nah, I wasn't trying to have no kids. And now that you put this plate on, I'm going to give you this $1 million and some change and don't call me no more. Now, you got your money up front for the 18 years. You fuck it up, you through. The average person ain't never had no money. You got $1 million cash right now. That money going to be gone. That child never see none of that money.
Well, what about if a woman thinking about she can marry this guy? See, a lot of these females would like to marry these celebrities because they think about how their life finna change.
Mm-hmm.
But when, like you say, when a man got some game about himself, he thinking like, well, baby, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just trying to have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then she think like, fun? I ain't no fun girl.
Exactly.
I'm trying to sit up here and you know what I'm saying, get mine now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now, here come a baby. You know what? Here come, you know what? They pulling the games on off and then shoot that the nut up in her vagina. You gotta worry about, women recording you, leaving all kind of devices in the room recording you while you doing XYZ. Recording phone calls so they can sell it to the news. They thinking about how to come up after relationship is going down, in my opinion. Because I never really see women trying to extort a man when the relationship is all good.
Nope.
They usually try to extort him when he finna move on to somebody else or deal with somebody else, in my opinion.
Yeah. So what I take from both of y'all, what y'all was just saying, because I agree with what you were saying. So what I take from it is that I believe a man allows a woman to extort her. And what I mean by that is, first of all, you can't extort me if you don't have nothing on me. Like you said, a woman, she could be at a club, peeping out, whatever, looking at whoever she checking out, or let me check out all ballers or whatever that's walking in. If he ain't hooking up with her or going out with her, there's no extortion. The only way to extort somebody, you have to have something on them. So a man, if he hooks up with a woman, right? If he's taking her to his place of residence, he's already setting himself up right there.
I agree.
So if they hook up, they have sex or whatever. Now he made himself vulnerable. Now she has something on him to extort him with, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like she still don't have nothing on him because she gave him sex. To me, when she got something on him, when the stories and lies get spent out of that, a woman can get this man her body willingly. Mm-hmm. And if he don't cater to her purse habit, these shopping sprees, these expensive dinners, she may wake up one day and say he took it.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. But with that being said, if you a star, if you got money, you a celebrity, whatever you got going on, if you a major person out here, any woman you meet is capable of being that person that'll set you up. Yeah. So it's hard to see who is and who not.
Any woman is capable of setting you up, but if you don't hook up or do nothing with that woman, she has nothing on you.
So what you
now
gonna
she
do?
can lie.
You got all that money, you just gonna sit around and just mess?
No. That goes back. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't say this on camera. That goes back to. Mm-hmm. I guess you said P. Diddy does this. If I'm that big, I'm going, as silly as this shit sounds, we see what's going on to a lot of these celebrities. Mm-hmm. I'm going to record. If I meet with a young lady at a club or whatever, and she wants to like go to a hotel with me, before we go any further, I'm going to be like, what's your name? And I'm recording it. How old are you?
Or she got to sign a contract.
There you go.
Exactly.
Right.
And you know what? That's just being smart. And I think, like you said, if a man have something going on for himself, we have to be okay with telling the woman, listen, baby, I got to protect myself. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of these men don't think about protecting themselves. They thinking about, they'll put a condom on, but you got to protect your work. You got to protect your brand also. Mm-hmm. So you got to sit up and say, you know what, baby, I'm feeling you, but I have to protect myself. Mm-hmm. And if she's a real woman, she will understand that.
Yep, 100%.
And you make her, sign this contract. I already got it printed out. And what it's saying is, whatever we decide to do or whatever happens, you can't talk about it. Because, a woman records you, sell it to the news. She record y'all having sex.
Yes.
And, after y'all break up a year later, it's on the internet and she sold it for $60,000, $70,000.
Yep.
Not if she ain't going to sell it if she the one that's being, demoralized on that motherfucker. You pissing in her face, doing all type of shit. You see what I'm saying? A woman only going to show having sex or you doing certain things. She ain't gonna show her just being a straight jangling. You see what I'm saying? Because she still want to have some,
some kind of digging.
I was about to say that some of them don't care if some of them money.
Hey, for $50,000, I can't think of one woman ain't gonna let me pee in her face. For $50,000, I ain't gonna. Hey, listen. For $50,000. I think a woman do anything for $50,000.
Yes,
she'll do all us for $50,000 and more.
Yeah.
So I think women will lower their standards for money.
Hell yeah.
So I don't think, you know what I'm saying, what she won't do is even up for discussions, because I have seen women do some low down dirty stuff to men. You know, and when we talk, we're not talking about all women. We talking about the women that we know of, heard of, seen. We talking about the women that we are familiar with. You got some women that do have morals. Yeah. But from my experience, when a woman see herself about to lose, or you know what, the man she want to be with don't want to be with her, she won't pay back. She want him to pay. Yep. And usually she want to hit the pocketbook. A woman can sit up here and be with you knowing you got a wife, but soon as she get mad at you and you ain't doing what she want to do, or she want to be reaching out to your wife. Yep. Why would you do that and you knew my situation before?
I feel like this is just my thoughts. If a man got a vast amount of money, nothing should be a secret. I mean, because I've had a few dollars, not a lot of money, I had a few dollars, and I see you can talk to certain women any type of way, and they don't have no respect for themselves, and they just judge you off of what you got. So I can imagine myself with millions of dollars. I sit here tell a woman, if I'm married to her and I wanted to go out and have fun, well, listen, this is what I want to do. In order to marry me and I want to go out and have fun, you got to be, you got to accept that. That's what I'm on. So now if I was to go out and meet somebody and I'm having fun and doing my thing, I'm not putting myself in no position for her to go rat me out. Matter of fact, I'm going to drive you to the house to my wife. You go and talk to her so you ain't put me in a trick bag. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You got all these guys that lose all their wealth and put themselves in a position. I don't feel like no man that's a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, none of that should be losing their assets, being extorted, tricked out their money. That means they wasn't taught. They didn't have like a big homie or OG, none of that. So they grew up in thinking everything was going to be family. And when she get mad that it's another woman or things not going her way, as you stated, she going for the guts. She going for the pockets. She going to try to, on the way out the door, her trying to take half of everything, she going to make sure you hurting when she leave the door.
Well, see, Dre, even, let's just use Shannon Sharp. Mm-hmm. Shannon Sharp lost a lot of money. He just signed a contract a few months ago. ESPN canceled that contract. Mm-hmm. See, when women start saying certain things about a man, it costs him. It ain't got nothing to do if you innocent or not. It's that your name is mixed up in it. Mm-hmm. And just because, I think women should start going to prison for accusing men of doing things that they didn't do. See, at the end, once, and I believe he did not rape that woman. Mm-hmm. I think once all this is said and done, you know what's going to happen? Nothing. That woman's going to go on about his life, but she ain't cost this man $10 million. Yep.
I'm going to tell you like this. I got even though I'm no longer a street guy, I'm a regular, ordinary guy, I still have a street mentality because we grew up in the streets. When she would have called me talking about $1 million, little Larry and them would have been over our house. And the problem would have been over with. Well, I don't care how much money I got. Certain things I don't take to. That's like if a person threatens your livelihood, you like threatening my family and stuff like that. And we've known coming from the hood that people get killed over less. So for her to even extort him like that, she thought he was gullible or she's one of them guys he can get down. Certain women do certain things with guys they know they can get away with it. You see what I'm saying? If this woman is dating you and she know you're known for beating women up and all that, she ain't gonna test them lines because she remember everybody told you that guy crazy. He beat the last 6 women up. So women do certain things to certain men. You got to think some women are. I done saw videos of people like, he went to jail because he caught his girl sucking another dude off and his crib and all that. You know what I mean? Some women is not going to do that with certain guys. If they think he'll push over, she's going to get off. But if she know this guy in the street, he hustle, he got about 4 bodies that she know about, she wouldn't even test him.
See, Drake, women call police. Mm-hmm. See, that's like a kryptonite to an ordinary man. Okay. So regardless of what your reputation is, regardless of things people know about you have done in the past, that 911 call change all that. Because now, if everybody know what you done or people talking about what you have done in the past, now you have a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Now she can sit up here, call the police. This is what's going on, and he have killed people in the past, or he had did XYZ in the past. That works against you. So I don't think it'll be in a man's benefit to have a reputation and throw that up in a woman's face.
No, you never tell her what you do. Other people gonna tell. That's just like if a woman meets you. A woman don't have to. You don't have to tell a woman, "Oh, I'm such and such, and I own this, this, and that." You know how it is. The streets talk. Motherfuckers, I'm like, "Oh, you know something? Oh yeah, that guy own this, this, and that." The streets talk. We know that. It's the same thing. You don't never have to. One thing listen. Me being in the streets. One thing I know for sure. I've never, most of the woman I've ever saw with some money and maybe me holding a gun or something, which was illegal. A woman has never saw any illegal activities when I was partaking in that, because I learned through other people. You don't let a person see anything to hold something over your head. And it's the same thing with whatever it is. You don't let anything that you're embarrassed about, that you can't do, that you don't want known, people should know about it. It's the same thing.
Do y'all think Shannon's, just y'all personally, do y'all think he should have just tore off the first time, that quick little meal? Almost similar to Cassie when she was coming at P. Diddy the first time. Then he said no. And then she ended up getting 30 mil out of me.
Well, see, that's two different situations.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you know,
one is lying and one was obviously.
Well, I mean, come on.
Right.
Shannon Sharp is established.
Right.
He's established, and he's doing very well, and he was doing very well before the show.
Mm-hmm.
See, now she's seeing him on camera, and you know he got other things going on, and I believe she's just disappointed in that.
Right.
Now you look at a guy like Diddy. Diddy, he's a nice guy on screen. You see him on there dancing and shit.
Right.
But when the lights go out, he's a man.
Yeah.
And he will get you together, I'm assuming, because I don't know him.
Right.
But he come off to me the type of guy that will get you together, and you know he will get you together, so you're not going to play with him.
Like he know that cameras watching him when he was getting her together at that
there
time.
You go.
Right,
but you seen how he get it together.
Right,
and,
right.
and he just an everyday type dude.
Right.
You know what? We got a disagreement. I'm going to stomp you out.
Right.
I don't think Shannon Sharp come off as that type of man. I think if he can't talk it through, you know, he rather let bygones be bygones.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy and Sharp is two different types of men.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to get two different types of results.
Yeah, good point.
When Diddy go to trial and his trial play out, you know, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon Sharp, I don't even think he should even go to trial. So to answer your question, no, he shouldn't have gave her the money. Matter of fact, what he should have did, he should have ran and exposed her. See, I think men
kind of like how Jay-Z did.
There
Should've
you
went
go.
that route, right.
And now I can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
If you talking about give you this, I'm going to come on. This woman is trying to get money out of me. Her name is such and such.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what she threatened me with. Because you got to think, even when women go to court, if a woman go with you to rob a bank, the judge go say, you know what, so what happened? Oh, well, he made me do it. By you being a man, you go get more time than her.
Yep, that's true.
They go say she was scared of you when she the one gave you the idea.
Right,
But see, society is at a point now where being a man, you damn just for being a man.
Yeah,
and
true.
Don't be a man with something. Yeah. Everybody want to cut. Now, she want this money because who all getting paid? She want to get paid. The lawyer's getting paid.
Yep.
You know, the news is making money. Everybody is making money. Even now, we talking about it. So everybody's getting paid off his pain. Yeah. And I don't think that's fair.
Listen, he just lost a major deal.
So he actually lost that. ESPN dropped it?
He said
that was $100 million. That was $100
million. It was $10 million for... It was $100 million.
It was $100 million total, whatever. It was $100 million.
See, but that's the second thing. He already lost a lot of business with the accident of going live stuff. So he done had 2 altercations back to back where he lost some big deals with big money. But in that situation, I'm gonna respond to this. If you got money and you around people that's broke and don't have money, you are the lick.
Yeah.
You got to realize the woman he was dealing with, young, broke, hungry, he was the lick. So by any means, by her trying to get $1 million, okay, you don't give it to me that way. Well, I'm going to put the squeeze down and I'm going to get more. when you got that type of money, you got to deal with a woman that has money. Because a woman that has money, even if she wind up trying to extort you at the end with kids and all that, she genuinely likes you for you. Right. If I got money and she got money, she not coming into here for a come up. She genuinely gotta like me or something about me. If you looking for somebody that has nothing, that's gonna be infatuated with certain things, you gotta move a certain way. You know what I mean? That's like when you being in the streets and you dealing with chicks at the club, strippers, whatever. You already know they only dealing with you because you got a few dollars, so you know how to deal with them. Ain't no man going to sleep with money all in his pocket and he don't fuck with her like that. Right. Cause it's like setting yourself up. So it's the same thing for him. He should have did better. You too old and got too much money to be playing the games with these women. Women, not all, but most women can be conniving when they broke and they back against the wall. Yeah. A lot of women, it probably started off like this in the beginning. I met Shannon Sharp. He wanted to take me out. I'm fucking with Shannon Sharp. We fucking around, we together. But all you got is some pictures and maybe a few $100 here and there. He treat you like a little trick. Right. And this nigga got millions of dollars, but he's spoon feeding you couple hundred here and there. So if a woman's sitting there bragging on you about, I'm dealing with this man, he got all this money, and her lifestyle ain't changed, what you think when her friends are saying? Yeah, you dealing with that nigga, you still got that Honda with the mismatched doors, you still got them last year Jordans and all that. So now that they in her ear, all the ideas is forming. So now she want to come up to change her life and to say, aha, I told y'all. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You got money, you got to move a certain way. Can't let nobody extort you. You got to, bulletproof yourself.
Do y'all think if they change this one law, get rid of this anonymous, the woman can be anonymous. I think, you don't think so?
Nope.
Well, I see where you're going with this. I think you should always be able to address your accuser.
Yes.
If a person come and they accuse me of something, I should be able to know who it is. Yep. And if I'm being publicly dragged through media, I think I should have the same chance to drag them too. Yep. Mm-hmm. You were just talking about, women trying to come up. You remember that rapper Eve from Rough Rider? I think she used to be with the Rough Riders back in the days. Yep. She married a British billionaire. Mm-hmm. But but look at the role she took. She had a baby by this man, and he had kids before, and she's raising them all together. Mm-hmm. See, to me, that's smart.
It is.
So she deserved the lifestyle she got. Absolutely. See, these women is not trying to be supportive of a man. They looking to replace the man. Mm-hmm. They want to take what he got to become him.
By turning him down.
There you go. So to me, like we talked about before, Dre, just because you get some money, if he would have gave her that $1 million, you know what she'd have did? She'd have been back 6 months from now, asking for another $1 million.
I think less than 6 months.
So you can't give in to that type of behavior. Right. And that's why I think, even look at it like this, Dre. If for me to be anonymous and I'm accusing you of something, that's like throwing rocks in a glass house and then had my hands. You be like, where is it coming from? Yep. But see, what is the consequences? Where's the accountability?
That's what I was gonna say.
Because you're damaging to my character, to my brand. Yep. Now, if a person's going to be damaging to my brand, it should be criminal charges 100%. Brought up against that person. Yep. And I think that's what these women.
What Jay-Z was saying.
That's what these women is hiding behind.
Hold on.
It ain't no.
Let me step in there. When you say criminal, I feel like when we say criminal, not no probation shit. They need to go to the joint. 2 to 5 years or some shit. See, because now when we say criminal, sometimes they can do some little bullshit and get off with some probation. That ain't gonna work. Right. See, I was gonna one up that. I was gonna say it should be some type of criminal charges behind it. Or motherfuckers, it should, like if you go to other countries and do certain shit, you can be put to death. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like certain shit, when you fuck over certain people, it should be certain crimes that come behind that shit.
Totally agree. Because you Shannon, Shannon, for example, let's say, I guess we do know this white woman that she's not anonymous, right?
I don't.
Nobody knows she looks like.
All I know he got caught bullshit. I haven't been really following the story to know if she white, black, or whatever. But all I know,
I think she's white, but I think she's anonymous in the end. No one knows her name. I could be wrong, but let's assume she's anonymous, right? And my point with bringing this up is that
my thoughts is this: I don't care if she white, black, Japanese. It don't matter what her ethnicity or whatever she is. I feel like if he gave her leeway, something should have happened right then. When she tried to get that $1 million, he knew who she was, and I would have did how Jay-Z did. We gonna make this shit public. We gonna blow this shit out. I'm not gonna let you try to throw my name under it. He got 2 podcasts. You know what I mean? He got one he was doing by himself, and he got one he was doing with
Steven.
No, the bald head guy. Terrell. It's not Terrell Owens. It's the other one. With Ocho Cinco. So I would have been on that motherfucker like, listen, Shanae Cooper, whatever the fuck her name is, I'm gonna throw this shit all over the internet, and I'm gonna do her like she's trying to do me. She's trying to blackmail me. She's trying to get some money out of me. This, and that. I'm letting y'all know when things, unfold. I'm not giving up, and I'm not doing this. That's what Jay-Z did. Yeah. He said, I'm not giving in. I'm not giving her a penny. He exposed everything. And then when they dropped the case, now he's suing the lawyer. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what Shannon Sharp should have been on. I'm not going to let you blackmail me. Right. I'm not going to let you run me over. If before I spend this $1 million, $30 million you trying to sue me for, I'd rather spend that $1 million or $30 million putting them lawyers on your ass and tarnishing your name.
This is why I was saying why it should have been criminal for the so-called anonymous women or whatever. Because let's say when it's all said and done, if it comes out he gets innocent, he lost $100 million deal. And let's say ESPN decide not to, and his name tarnished, and let's say they decide not to proceed with it. But this anonymous woman, even though she lost, there's no repercussions for what she did. So that's what I was trying to say.
And don't you remember?
That's why it should be criminal.
And think about this: since the story broke, it's been big, it's been everywhere, and all that. If he found out that he was innocent, it ain't gonna be as big as it was when he was found. When they thought he was guilty, when they do the retraction, if that's what they call it, retraction, it's gonna be maybe 1/10 of the size that they blew it out to be when they thought he was guilty.
So real quick, and I think y'all, when I asked this question, if they made it a law, and I think y'all say you think they'll still, lie or whatever, I don't think she would have came out with this blatant lie. If she knows she can go to jail or get in trouble for it, and her face gonna be plastered. No, I don't think.
You know why I disagree? Because this motherfucker's on the corner selling rocks all day and know they can go to jail and they got to do what they got to do to eat. Same scenario. It's all about your hunger.
They gotta feed. One person gotta feed their children for why they doing what they doing.
I wasn't feeding no children when I was out there slinging. I wanted fresh. I wanted to get fresh and shit. I wanted to have some shit.
Well, you got to think though. See, everybody got parents, cousins. They got family members. See, a family member say, you know what, that guy was nothing but good to her. See, it's other people. If I can sit up here and shame you back, it's people that will speak up on my behalf that knows the truth.
Right.
But if everything is just a secret, information can't get out. It's only information coming from one side. But see, people have seen Sharp hanging out with her. Yeah. They know he have done things. Come on, you can't hang out with a millionaire and he ain't done nothing for you. He ain't gave you thousands of dollars. He may not have gave you millions, but he gave you more than what you had before.
Exactly.
So your life was still better with him in it. And I think as a woman, she should have been smarter enough or intelligent enough to know that, you know what, I would like to keep him around as a friend. Even though if we can't be together like that, or he choose to move on, whatever, I'd rather keep him as a friend. Somebody I can call. She
was smart.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. But see, you know what? A woman look at like what she lost, what she's losing. And that's how it works like that in child support. It works like that in the courtroom, far as like, rent. I have evicted women because they didn't want to pay their rent. I had a woman tell me one time, you ought to be glad that I pay my rent. And I tell her, no, you better be glad you paid your rent because I will evict you and your kids. That's like telling DTE, they better be happy you paid your DTE
Can I ask you a
bill.
quick question? Were you less lenient on women because they were women versus men with the
No,
when it comes to rent?
I'm actually harder on women.
Okay.
Because I know they're looking for a leeway. I have walked into my apartments where I call and I give them a 24-hour notice and let them know I'm coming to repair whatever need to be repaired. And women in the shower, they come right out the shower. While you working, butt booty ass naked. And I start gathering my tools and I start letting them know, you know what, I will come back when it's more of an appropriate time. Because I already see the play.
Yeah, she trying.
Yeah, you trying to give me some pussy for some rent, or it's the setup, extortion again. Mm-hmm. See, I see it, so I'm gonna start gathering my tools up, and you know I would come when it's more appropriate.
So
time.
I take you didn't look at it at all as if she just trying to give you some pussy for rent. You look at it as she trying to go past that.
I know
it can be extortion or
it's always a con.
Right.
When have a woman just ever called you and thought it was a good idea to give you some pussy?
That's out the blue.
She wants some shoes. She need her telephone bill paid. It's another side of that deal. You just don't know nothing about it. And that's the problem that I have about it. If we haven't went into a deal mutual, I don't want to fill in the blanks later. If we can't talk about it up front, come on. I told you that I'm coming to repair some things. Why are you standing in front of me naked?
Right.
No towel, no nothing. See, the average guy would, oh, baby, you thick. Not me. Not me. I'm looking and saying, you know what? I just want to get up out of here.
Because this shit, because you know this shit is a setup.
I don't want her putting her trying to rub her vagina on me or touch me. I don't want none of that. And so to answer your question, I'm actually harder on women than I am on men. I have had men stay in my properties, and I can go to them and say, listen, man, you 3 months behind on your rent. I might as well be fucking your girl since I'm taking care of her and your kids. Mm-hmm. So that means I should be getting something out of it. You come through, whatever, but I'm taking care of your family, literally taking care of your family. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's how I can talk to a man, and if you got a problem with it, we can resolve it or talk about it or whatever's going to happen there is going to happen. But see, with a woman, you can't even raise your voice at her. You know what? He talking to me. I'm scared. He elevated his voice. She called the police. The police come and tell you to leave your own property. Yeah. Now they telling you got to kick her out. Now she's suing you for intimidation. Or, it just goes. Of course. And all this come from you not paying your bills.
Right.
She can say you touched her, anything. Ain't nobody there. It's your word against hers.
Ain't no consequences, Dre. There's no kind of.
Do you have those problems? It's still in the same line of extortion like we're talking. Have you had those situations?
No, I never had a woman sue me for anything. But I don't give her that leeway. Right. But see, that's come from a lot of these guys. They think with their penis. You know, a woman come to answer the door in her panties. He looking, ooh. If a woman answer her door in her panties and bra, listen, I'm looking up in the sky like I'm looking for Jesus. I'm like, I'm talking to her.
That's because you done got old and mature. You wasn't like that. But that shit comes with maturity. Right around.
I'm going to tell you this. Even when I was young, I always understood, you know what? It's some bait on that hook. I'm not finna snap at it. You ain't gonna get me like that.
I ain't gonna lie. Back in my younger days, you'd have got me with that.
Yeah, you'd have been like, oh, you're thick. Those nipples are thick. Now she's 6 months behind on rent. You know what I'm saying? No.
You right. That's all it would have taken was that one time. That was easy trying to
she sucked you off real good.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You ain't getting no more rent after that.
Now you getting sad story.
Oh, I'm still gonna get rent. That just.
But like you said, it would have been 6
like
months though.
$100 off.
No, hey Dre, I'm gonna tell you, women don't think for just one time. See, now you took the bait, so now you know what? You finna get a lot of sad stories. Every month she gonna be calling you. You know what? My son is my baby daddy. Didn't pay his child support, so I ain't gonna be able to pay you. So then she gonna be telling you, come through Thursday and get a shot.
You know what I'm saying?
She gonna start telling you what to do.
And I'm gonna be like, you know what? I understand your baby daddy ain't come through, but I noticed you just bought a new Gucci bag. See, I'm very observant. You see what I'm saying? When I throw that out there, okay,
like even like, you know, everyday women look forward to extorting a man because it's beneficial. Females always want to get over on a man somehow, even if it's not paying their rent,
Right.
not paying their car note, not even paying their bills in their house. They rather for one of the fathers, for one of the kids to pay child support. They rather for some guy that she choose to give some sex to me, which is equal. He giving her some penis, she giving him some vagina. I don't see the trade-off. I don't see the trade-off for a man to do anything for a woman that is not beneficial for him. I think anything a man do for a woman, it should be beneficial for him. She deserved it.
Yeah, but I look at it like this, man. I think women try to, it's a certain class of women that's trying to extort men. I feel like it's the nicer looking women. You know what I mean? Now we got to go on the bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel motherfuckers, they don't have a leg in the race to be trying to extort nobody. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Black.
It's like Kobe, man. That chick he fucked with was a fucking hillbilly.
But she was probably his first, Caucasian woman. That's probably what it was.
You talking about his wife?
No, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that so-called rape case. Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. And they said they found like multiple semens inside her.
Like
yeah,
them in her panties and her underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was on extortion. She was on some. Man, listen, dog.
Again, and was she anonymous?
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Well, see, and see, the laws protect women attacking men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
They need to change
You
that.
you ask any man that went to child support, the friend of the courts, child support court. Listen, you pretty much got to shut up and take it.
Yep.
And she tell all the lies. The only thing they want to know, did you pay? I'm not even sure if the kid mind. Like you just said with the Kobe situation, she had multiple different semens up in her. This is how these women is laying.
Yeah.
They nasty as hell.
Yeah.
So you thinking because she got on a new outfit, some tight ass pants with her boobs out. Listen, man, how many different semens do she got swimming up in her?
Man, listen. Think about that. They found 2 other guys semen inside her outside of Kobe. You really have to think about. I don't believe he just walked up and hey baby and
Hell
threw
no.
his shit. She had to do something like lick her tongue out or tell him something like let me take you in the back or something. Something had to be said for it to even get there.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because with any NBA player, it got to be a conversation for some shit to get to going on. I don't believe this man gonna just take a dusty motherfucker and just say, you know what, I'm a star. I can get damn near any superstar, but I'm gonna pick your little dusty ass. You know what I mean? She had to do something
Or
to initiate it.
she knew the right people. See the thing. See,
She's a waitress or something, right?
well, you gotta know. You gotta know.
No, I think his actual wife was a waitress. That's how he met her. Am I right? His wife, I think.
He was in rehab.
Kobe Bryant was in rehab?
Yeah, he was
Oh, for his
rehab.
knee.
Oh.
And
Okay.
She was a.
One of the physical trainers.
Oh, was she really?
I thought say she had to drug him or something because she was like a fucking raggedy hillbilly ass, dusty white motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
Man,
Really?
I don't think he knew what the fuck he was doing at the
Man,
time.
she probably got
Had
to
to
rubbing
pay
that
that shit off.
nigga shit or anything,
And,
man.
yeah.
Well, you know what? In my opinion, I think if a guy is worth $1 million or more, listen, man, get these women to sign a contract. Go
Yep.
print you up about
That's
15,
simple.
20 of these contracts and say,
Yes.
you know what? If
I agree.
whatever we choose to do with each other, you know what? You can't talk about it.
Because you will be sued and you'll be
Well,
liable.
look what happened to Bill Cosby. You know, you still ain't safe. He had women. He paid them off. They signed the paper saying that they won't talk about
Right.
it. Then they come back years later. They testifying against him about this very same thing and sent him to prison.
What is that called? That
Double jeopardy.
No. What is it?
NDR.
NDR. So, what's the purpose of doing that? If 10 years later they can come back and just
Because
start
everything
singing
has,
anyway.
everything
It's
has a
stupid.
statute of limitation of self, murder and rape. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. If somebody signed a contract, say I'm not going to speak about this case, there's a timeline. Once they hit this timeline, I can sit here and say whatever the fuck I want to say about it because that shit is over with now. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is.
You don't think they
Not
probably
smoke.
think about that though? Let's use Bill Cosby for example. Okay, you signed this, but all these women who did that. You don't think one day, maybe, okay, keep it simple. You don't think he was thinking one day all that can come back to haunt me after the statute of limits? You know what I'm saying?
Because you got to
we
think.
gonna be old
he,
then?
he done got old. He done spent many and many years on TV. Everybody love him. He what's
the America's father, something like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the pudding man. He the pudding guy, all this shit. So it's so much positive. When a person thinking so much good shit going on, all a person is thinking, damn, it can't get no better than this. When you on your high, you thinking nothing, everything you do, it gets good. But if a motherfucker ain't used to having a banana, getting caught up in no bullshit, going through nothing, you gotta think, he probably had to go through what he did to become a comedian, then become a star. But once you hit a certain level, normally that shit is like a shooting star. That shit just moving and moving. Right. So when that shit popped off, that shit was like, it's over with. You out of air. That shit, you got to think, whatever goes up, comes down. So his shit, shooting star, he got up there now, that nigga shit falling like a motherfucker.
Well, you know what, Dre? I disagree with you there. You know, I'm going to just point out what I think. And I don't have nothing to support this, but I'm just point out. Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC. Yeah. That's when his trouble started.
I agree.
Now, when you start getting what they consider beyond yourself, you get checked.
Right.
It happened to Bill Cosby. It happened to R. Kelly. And now it's currently happening to P. Diddy. Yeah. P. Diddy wanted to start a party for black people to come together and put their money together to buy property. He also wanted black people to come together. So when they want black people votes, that, you know what you going to give us? He was trying to start that. That's what all that came from. See, everything is bigger than what it had presented itself. You have to do a little digging to see why is they fucking with Diddy all of a sudden. He been doing that.
Now put this out there. If you ain't got no skeletons in your closet, ain't nothing they can do. It would have been nothing they could have did if he ain't got no skeletons.
But everybody got skeletons, Drake.
I was going to say that
skeletons,
too.
bro.
Everybody got skeletons. Everybody did something they're not comfortable talking about.
Let me throw this out here. When Obama was in office, they tried to say, he wasn't from America, this, and that. Nothing they put out stuck, bro. Everybody don't have skeletons. You know, I'm going to tell you who have skeletons. The people that had to grow up the hardest, illegally, to make it legal. Motherfuckers that do everything by the book, went to school, did shit the proper way. They don't normally have skeletons.
So are you saying people that didn't have a hard life is better than the people that did?
No, I'm saying people that had a hard life don't have skeletons because we have had to do things that normal people don't have to do.
But see, Dre,
that's the trade-off, though, boy.
But I don't think it's a trade-off. I think it's just a part of growth. It's just part of evolving. Just because I come from the projects, that don't mean I have to live in the projects.
See, you missing what I'm saying. When I say that's the trade-off of coming from something hard, put it like this. All of us pretty much grew up the same. We all had parents or grandparents or whatever that raised us, and they was just getting by. None of us was rich. None of us grew up in a wealthy house. We all just got by. Some may have had a little more, but we all was poor. Now, take us and move us over here where we go to the finest schools. We had the finest clothes. We always had a maid. We had yachts. We had summer houses and all that. They shouldn't have no skeletons because they don't have to struggle.
Dre, that's hold on.
Anything I was about to say that anything they get into is by choice. If you have a lavish life and you start doing stuff like drugs, drinking, you too blow, having car accidents, all that shit is by choice. The way our life was set up, it wasn't by choice. It was straight survival. So anything we did, it was because we was trying to survive. Anything they was doing, it was like partying. It's a luxury. We're bullshitty. So they roll and they skeletons, they brought on themselves. But if a person got it easier and wasn't sidetracked, they wouldn't have skeletons. You see what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
Do y'all think, and you kind of, it's funny when you brought it up. Do y'all think it's either a coincidence? I'll keep it simple. Do you think these are coincidences or conspiracy?
Conspiracies.
Let's go way back to Michael Jackson. Boom, how they was coming after him, sexual. Then we get to R. Kelly. Boom, got him sexual. Bill Cosby, sexual. Kobe Bryant, sexual.
I can't
P.
even
Diddy,
say it's
sexual.
coincidence.
They just
motherfuckers.
are they just trying to take down these black people? That's crazy. Now Shannon Sharp. Sexual.
Well, you think about
you
it.
know what I'm saying?
If we went back 40 years ago, that Billie Jean song, when Michael Jackson came out with Billie Jean,
Yeah.
you had thousands of women
Saying
named Billie Jean saying Michael Jackson was their kid's father.
Wow.
Now, why would we even have to address that crap? Why that even have to be talked about?
That's
but
nuts.
this was before internet.
Yeah.
And it was big then. Think how that would have been now if Michael Jackson came out with a son, right? Every woman, you got what is it called when they can take a picture and put on another body?
Oh, AI.
You know, all this type of nonsense.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So this been going on forever. Women have always attacked men with something to try to get something from them.
Yep.
So it still go back to what I'm saying. If you a man and you have anything worth protected, I'm saying protect it.
Yes.
You know what?
By any means.
By any means.
Yes.
You know, don't think, you know what, you're honored to be with this woman. She don't got nothing. All she got is that vagina, and that's her meal ticket. And you treat her like all you got is that vagina, and I know it's your meal ticket.
All I'm gonna say is, pussy ain't no different. So
No different from what?
pussy, other pussy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all the same.
While you're a multi-millionaire, you got a wife at home. Why go out and get new pussy? It's just gonna fuck you up.
I feel like I'm gonna say this. If you got a wife at home, if she's boring, she's not making you happy. First off, I feel like a man, if she's not making you complete on every level, sexually, mentally, physically, whatever, if she's not compatible, then you shouldn't have married her anyway. But a lot of people marry this particular woman or particular man, and they not compatible enough to be happy, so they gonna tip out, do what they do. You see what I'm saying? But instead of doing that, you can just say, this ain't gonna work out, or we're gonna have to bring somebody into the bedroom. It's your choice.
Well, maybe they didn't find out she was not like that until they got married. You heard the being fake.
So you don't sample it before you?
No. Let's say she was sexually, coming on.
Oh, she just
right.
she
and then all of a
stopped
sudden
it?
she just stopped.
Oh,
it.
then she was tricking you then.
If you think about it, if you married this woman in high school,
right?
You know what? Y'all went to the same high school. You probably got your pick in high school.
Yep.
But let's say you came into some money. Now the world become your oyster.
Mm-hmm.
So now you picking from a bigger pool.
Right.
You got women throwing themselves at you. It's a man have to be very disciplined to resist women throwing themselves at you.
Yeah.
Everything a man do, he pretty much do it for a woman if he's honest with himself.
True.
You work and try to make good money so you can live better, to drive better cars, to live in better locations, better school for your kids, and it's attractive to women.
Yep.
Everything the jury, we don't wear jewelry to show another man my chain bigger than yours. No, it's to attract the woman.
Yep.
You think these guys riding around in drop top Rolls Royces because they worried about what the man think? No, it's going to attract the women.
Right.
So the money is to attract the women.
Right.
So the bigger your bag is, the bigger that your vision is going to look for different women.
True.
And I don't think it takes away any kind of love you have for your woman or your wife. Men can cheat and still love their wife and woman the same.
I agree with that.
You just want to do it, just doing something.
Right.
That's all. It's just simply doing something. You go out of town, you probably cheated, but you won't plan on being with that woman. You don't even want the woman. You probably don't even remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And that's just how I see cheating with men that have a little bit more with others.
Right.
And I think it should be addressed just like that. I think it's okay for you to talk to a woman in a disrespectful manner because I know you just want to talk to me because of what I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to treat you like a lady because you're not behaving like a lady. You're acting like a hooker or a sack chaser. So what's wrong with me talking to you in that manner?
And that's what I say. Why not just pay?
Pay at the hoes.
Get you
Pay
a
at
car
the
girl,
hoes.
Yep.
and all your worries is gone because she's a professional, and that's it.
You're right.
And they beautiful. They could give you everything you ask for. Hour 15 to whatever you want, and go on. You don't have no fucking drama afterwards.
And that's
it's
fair.
cheaper. It's
So I'm
Yes,
glad you
it's
brought
cheaper
this
in
up
life.
because I ain't gonna lie, I thought about this like why fuck having those relationship? These women nuts, they crazy. Just pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you straighten the cliff? You get a whatever call girl, whatever. You just pay, done.
Well, they're
I don't
professional.
even feel like you need to have
They're
a car
professionals.
girl. I feel like this. Like, you got to realize, I've talked to women like this. Titty bar, regular bars. They be, hey, what's up? What you talking about? Because I'm cutting straight, because I know you want me to go out, you want to do all that. I'm cutting straight. What you talking about? What's up after we leave here? If you cut straight into them like that, you knitting through the bullshit. Because she going to be like, well, shit, I'm trying to get this bag, or I'm short on my rent, or my phone bill due, or my car insurance. So to avoid all that, when you say, what's up, what you talking about, they let you know right there, either they tricking or they not. Right. This is at a bar, a strip club, or anywhere. A lot of women, you would be surprised, the women you meet at the bar that actually sell pussy. Right. You see what I'm saying? That shit crazy.
So if you come with a call girl, do you think, remember I was talking about earlier, this whole recording, hey, do you think I do that with a call girl?
No, because they're professional. They
I
are.
disagree.
They are. I don't think if you come from it's a lot of prostitutes that's professional,
right.
and you know what? Celebrities call on them. They call on a professional call girl. They're professional, so they keep it professional. You might pay $500, not $500, but $5,000 for some pussy,
right.
but it ain't going nowhere. You're going to get her. She's going to look however you want her to look.
Right.
She's going to behave however you want her to behave, and you ain't got to worry about it going no further than that room.
Then, when it's all over, them bitches always have a tell-all book about like the Karen Stevens, whatever that black girl was. She done fucked Shaq, Lil Wayne, all of the music motherfuckers. They always tell. They just gonna tell later on.
She wasn't a call girl.
She wasn't a call girl.
She was a video vixen.
Man, prostitute, all them hoes the same. Strippers, all
So
of them
listen,
same. She was selling pussy.
Right, and I agree with
She
you.
wasn't selling pussy?
No.
And she said Shaq spent $10,000 on the bedroom
set.
set.
Was just passing her through. She was a video vixen.
So they wasn't paying her.
They loved her. Everybody loved her.
So nobody was tricking on her.
No, they was wiping her ass.
Oh, that's crazy as hell.
And that's what they all did.
So you believe what Barley was just saying with her?
Well, I think you should treat them like prostitutes.
Oh yeah.
You should
You should just deal with prostitutes.
Well,
if trick with a prostitute.
Well, when I say deal with them like a prostitute, listen, I'm not giving you the utmost respect. Only reason why you're around because you know we got that bag over here.
I agree.
So I'm not treating you like no lady. I'm gonna treat you more like a servant. I'm gonna be telling you go over there and make us some drinks.
I wouldn't even let her make my drink. Bitch might poison us.
It's more of you don't have to know who I am. I'm a multimillionaire. You do not know me. I paid you up front. And when we meeting at where we meeting, and that's it. I want to dog you and spit on you and all that. And that's it. At the end of the day, it's over with and I'm gone. You don't know my name.
It's a business transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I guess my main question I'm glad this is beautiful. I was asking you, do you think that type of woman, sex worker, whatever you want to call her, can extort you?
Yeah, she could.
Period.
Well, like Drake said, she can always come back. She can come back 10, 20 years later and say, you know what, I screwed such and such.
They don't know your name. They don't know your name.
But she know your face.
They don't.
That's only if you. The only way.
Well, she see you on TV.
See, I was gonna say that. If you a star,
well, if you're not entertainer, but most guys that they pursuing right now is entertainers. In some fashion.
Get caught up in that bullshit.
But the thing is, like Drake was saying, is you ever completely safe? No, you're not.
You never
completely safe.
Because even if you're not an entertainer,
you are
though,
completely safe if you don't indulge in that bullshit.
Listen, this is my thoughts. You got to realize, I've never met any of the homies or black people that say certain things, but it's a lot of women may deal with, like a lot of white guys that have certain kinks. Motherfuckers like to be chained up, beat all type of crazy shit. So if you got money, the average person that got money through business and all that, it ain't shit to Google. And if you ain't even got to Google, if a motherfucker is worth billions, I'm gonna give you an example. Elon Musk is not an entertainer. That motherfucker got all these billions and got all this shit going on. If he was dealing with a prostitute, that motherfucker faces everywhere. Yeah. Certain people that got a lot of money, unless you behind pulling strings and your face is not seen, but the majority of people that's out here and making shit happen, motherfuckers know who they is. So you can't sit here and go to the hotel with a prostitute that gave her $5,000. She done whooped you and beat you and all that shit, and don't nobody know.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm going to piggyback what you said, Dre. Women Google guys.
Hell yeah.
All she need is your name.
Or a phone number.
And she's going to sit up here and Google you, and they going to say, well, this guy's worth $5 million. She gunning for you. She's pursuing you.
No. Because I'm going to say this. Everybody got a face.
Mm-hmm.
And and ain't nobody could just be like, unless you like, who's like supreme, like Donald Trump. That face, you know, if he come into the building tricking, you know his face. Our faces and most motherfucker faces, you're not gonna know.
We ain't billionaires.
He just there. He's there to get his responsibility done and he out.
I get you.
It's not no person that's got a face like except you like presidents and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it just be like
Other than that, then you safe.
You a regular trick, right?
Well, see, Black, usually what happened is,
I
if it's 3 women at a particular location, and it might be 10 men, she gonna ask the other girl, who is that? She gonna say, that's such and such. See, women do investigating. They're going to ask around. They're going to figure out who is the boss, who is the most,
who's top,
who's
top
most vulnerable. You know what, girl, he just lost, him and his girl just broke up. You should go ahead and get on him. Women always giving other women some type of advice, good or bad, but they always trying to help each other to get to the bag.
True.
Women always against men.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's one of the guy's wife, another girl come up, they talking within 15 minutes, they best friends. She telling her all about everybody and who she need to be trying to holler at. That's just how it works. And I think as men, we got to do the same thing.
Keep yourself
We
clean.
got to start
Keep
talking and say,
yourself
listen,
clean.
I'm going to tell you, like, listen, man, oh, girl, she was just fucking with such and such. So, you know what, man, you probably should go ahead and have that paperwork, have her sign that paperwork before you fuck with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how she get down. See, what we do as guys, we don't say nothing. We don't get involved. I think we should start behaving like them women. You know what? Listen, dog. She fucked Shaq 2 weeks ago and he took her down through there and then she was fucking with my man yesterday. So, you know, you probably want to do this.
But I'm gonna say this. It's like back in the 80s, drug dealers' girlfriends. When the boss had the girlfriend, beautiful, like I ain't gonna say her name, but when the bosses had the girlfriend, he died. The next boss coming up want her too. And then the next one want her too. And then the next one want her too.
But you know, wife, you just supposed to fuck her and keep it going.
Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that.
Well, you got to think, though, that's a weakness as we have as men. But see, the thing
that's exactly what I'm
is
saying,
that if that was the last boss girl, I want to shop at my own store and get my own woman. I don't want to pick out his closet.
Thank you.
That's my mentality. So if you got a guy that always analyze or wanted this woman or just fantasize about this woman because the boss had her, I think that's a character flaw in that man.
Period.
I think every man should have his own and have his own preference.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all putting it out so the world can see it.
I want to say this.
It's just nasty.
Yeah. I want to say this one thing before we wrap it up. I know we close to wrapping it up, but This is a little bit off topic. I was telling y'all earlier how I saw a couple women cutting their own grass today. Then I had the help of woman doing some other stuff today. It's not anything to do with extortion. I just feel like need to say this. So a lot of y'all ladies gonna end up lonely, big as hell, eating ice cream and peanuts and shit all night. Y'all motherfuckers better start treating men right, man, because I know you don't want to have cats and dogs and die alone. So, I mean, it's a lot of men out here, but you just got to reform and reshape your thoughts and start thinking about what men want and try to make your man happy in order to keep that man. Because once you get older, it's going to get worse for you out here.
And you know what, Dre? I'm going to just say this, man. I read the comments. Mm-hmm. I go through the comments. I try to read all of them. Women is not getting to the point. They're not getting the memo. Mm-hmm. We're telling you
what you need,
what we want, what we look for, what we desire in women. You know what the women keep telling the men? You don't know what you're talking about. You think we don't know what we prefer in a woman? Mm-hmm. That's the whole problem. Mm-hmm. All a man want from a woman when it all boils down to it is peace. Yeah. That's all we want. Mm-hmm. We want peace, something to eat, and somebody we can get along with. Yeah. A woman still want to be aggressive. She want to keep talking about things he don't want to talk about. She keep on want to do things that he's not into doing, and she get upset when he don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. They not getting the memo. Mm-hmm. We come on here. Every time we come over, we always go back to, we're giving them the game. Mm-hmm. They choosing not to listen. Yeah. They go tell, they cuss me out. They cuss you out. They most definitely cuss Barb out. But only thing we trying to do is help you. Mm-hmm. If you look in the comments, 90% of the guys would say, we ain't lying. Them numbers is alarming. 90%? That's a big number.
Out of millions and millions of views, millions of comments, and it is what it is.
Yeah, so you know, I know we running out of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and with my last words first. This is what I think. I think men should stop volunteering our time to women. If you ain't my woman, I'm not gonna do something for you just because you a female. I'm not going to take it easy with you. I'm going to treat you just as my woman was standing behind me. My woman is not going to approve of me pulling over on the side of the road, changing your tire. My woman is not finna approve of me helping you fix something at your house. If my woman was behind me, she would not approve of me if if it's thundering and lightning outside and you struggling taking something in the house, a chair in the house, and I pull over to the side of the road, get out my car in the rain, and help you take this. She won't approve of me. So I think men should start acting like, if your woman was standing behind you, would you still have done that? Hell no. Stop being so accessible to these women that want to be just like you. They want equal
rights.
Equal rights. They want to be just like you. Treat them just like you. If it was a nigga on the side of a road with a flat tire, you go ride right past him. You know, if it's a man trying to be on the roof fixing a gutter or something, you go look up and say, you know what, I hope he, get it. Treat them give them what they want. Let's just stop saying, you know what, I got a mother, I got an auntie, I'ma look out. It's not working. These women want to replace you. They want to get they trying to get to the same bag you trying to get to say, I don't need them. If a woman want my help, you're going to have to pay for my time. You're going to hire me. You're going to pay for my service. When the last time have you called a woman and you say, well, listen, come over my house and cook me a meal and make you a plate and then leave? She going to laugh at you. She would tell you, you go buy the food, bring it to my house, and I'll make you a plate, but you got to leave all the food at her house. Know who she going to feed? All her kids. Relatives may come over and eat. You would spend $100 on groceries for a plate. It don't make sense. Let's start holding these women accountable for what they say and do to us. Next time you make a decision to help a woman, act like your woman was standing right behind you, and I guarantee you will make different decisions.
Well, when it comes to, I guess I'll just say, as the great Dave Chappelle said once, it don't take a lot of things to make a man happy. Just shut the fuck up, play with my balls, make me a sandwich. That's all it takes. It's all good. That's all I got.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm just different. I can't let a woman extort me. I grew up differently, as I stated many a times. So I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that'll roll with anything y'all tell them. I mean, y'all just got to distinguish what type of guy that is, and just deal with that guy. But it's a lot of men, not guys, men that think like me. We're not just gonna take anything from y'all. So I mean, you want this man to come through and help y'all. Shit, when y'all need y'all car, you know what I mean? Everything fixed. Roof, like you stated, the roof, shit, a tire changed, all that. That comes with giving in to a man. A man should never have to question you about cooking, about sex. When you give, you get. You can't, it's not no trade-off. You're not going to sit here and tell me, okay, I need this did, and you come over and I'm going to give you some. No, I need to be getting that on the regular. It's like a layaway plan. Give it to me on the regular, so when you call, I'm going to pop up and do that. It's not going to be a trade-off. You give it to me when you want to give it to me because you got something you brewing with on the back end, something you need fixed and all that. If men and women work together, if women did the simple stuff that make a man happy, we'd be good. They list is totally larger than ours. You know what I mean? So stop trying to extort men. Be more giving, more caring, and you may wind up having a man till you get old and gray and you die off. Otherwise, you're gonna be out here cutting grass and lonely, like I've been seeing all day. It's summertime. You know, a lot of y'all big motherfuckers cutting y'all own grass. So that's all I gotta say.
Okay, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with OGs. We out.
Peace.